Let me see. All right, bet we live on there. All right, y'all. So yeah, we got updates to go over today for everybody that's just coming in that might have missed what we was going over today. So let me pull it back up. Give me 1 second. Oh, there go D. Hold on, y'all.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, we over here. So yeah, we got Ripple announcing their intent to obtain a MiCA license to support EU expansion.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So and then we also got Scott Bessett. I got a clip that I'm gonna play of him talking about that they're in the process of replacing Fed Chair Jerome Powell. That's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. House Rules Committee has granted a rule to consider 3 separate crypto bills. And then also this morning, the U.S. House passed the crypto market structure bill for floor debate consideration. We got that update. And then we got Circle CEO. I got a clip of him. He's talking about how stable coins can now let people transact like messaging on WhatsApp, and major institutions agree stable coins are the future of global money movement. So
Mm-hmm.
we got him on CNBC talking about that. And then yes, the New York Stock Exchange ARCA approves ProShares Ultra XRP ETF. Now that's not a spot ETF, but they did approve a ProShares Ultra XRP ETF. The New York Stock Exchange did ARCA. I think I'm
Okay.
right. ARCA. If I'm mispronouncing it, my bad. So yeah, we got some updates today. A couple articles to go over. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and start off with this Scott Bessett clip. Let me just share my screen over here. I thought that was interesting. Hold on.
Brought forward. Mr. Secretary, do you still, as far as you understand, believe that?
You can see it. Y'all can see it over there, D?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. All right, here is the clip right here.
You said previously the interview process would begin later on in the fall. There's been plenty of speculation as to whether that process would be brought forward. Mr. Secretary, do you still, as far as you understand, believe that's when the interview process to replace the Fed chair will begin in the fall, or has a formal process already started?
Well, look, there's a formal process that's already starting. There are a lot of great candidates, and we'll see how rapidly it progresses. It's President Trump's decision, and it will move at his speed.
Do you see any merit at all in selecting maybe a candidate that's already on the committee on the FOMC versus taking a look at someone outside of the Federal Reserve?
Again, there are a lot of good candidates inside and outside the Federal Reserve, Jonathan.
Has the chairman himself, the Fed Chair Jay Powell, given you any indication whatsoever as to what he would do once his term has expired? Will he vacate his seat as the governor of the Federal Reserve?
Well, traditionally, the Fed chair also steps down as a governor, and there's been a lot of talk of a shadow Fed chair causing confusion in advance of his or her nomination. And I can tell you, I think it'd be very confusing for the market for a former Fed chair to stay on also.
Sorry. Yeah, wow. So he's basically said letting Powell stay could cause market confusion.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. So, they said that the process to replace Fed Chair Powell has just begun. So I don't know how long that process takes. I don't know if anybody in the comments know. Let us know how that go. But apparently they have started the process to replace that man. So
they probably been started that process a long time ago.
Yeah. They know when they're gonna do it. It's all planned. But
now they're just telling us. Now they're just telling us when they're gonna.
So y'all think they're gonna replace him with Scott Bessett? Y'all let us know in the comments. I think Scott Bessett will probably be the replacement, but normally I feel like I'd be wrong on stuff like that because it's never who we want it to be. But then again, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Nah,
somebody said give Trump about 4 hours and he gone. Y'all stupid. Yeah, y'all know Trump will figure out a way to get his way. It's loopholes and everything. So
that's a fact.
They definitely purchased there. It's all theatrics though. It's funny. This shit is funny to watch for sure. But the next thing we have, the next thing we have, so the SEC So it's a rumor. I'll go ahead and pull this up. Can you still see my screen over there, D? Okay. So this is the rumor. Shout out to Good Morning Crypto. The SEC may announce the end of the Ripple XRP case on July 17th. Now, this is a rumor, y'all. It's a rumor. But it says, will the SEC make this announcement on Thursday? So this is just a clip of an article where it says here that as the July 17th SEC closed door meeting approaches, speculation is mounting that the commission may vote to drop its appeal in the Ripple case, a decision that could ignite the next major leg up for XRP. So we'll see Thursday if I don't hold your breath, but we'll see. What you think, D?
I mean, I'm not gonna hold my breath. I mean, why would they? I mean, I guess if rumors are swirling, I guess this would be maybe a time to do it. But I feel like something like that is just gonna catch us off guard. It's just gonna be like a random day, random minute, random second. You know, you're probably gonna be on a plane somewhere, and then
I always do stuff when I'm at the airport. Like,
you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be on a plane somewhere, and then you know they're gonna be like, "Well, it's over now," and then it's just like, "Oh shit," you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not gonna hold my breath though. You know, it's these rumors. They try to swirl something up just for market manipulation tactics. You know, so what's good, Dragon Emperor? Peace. I see you over there in DR, kicking it. Shout out to you.
Absolutely. So yeah, y'all, I'm not holding my breath and when it happens. But yeah, the rumor is Thursday the SEC could go ahead and drop the appeal against Ripple so that case. Yeah, I hope they do. I hope they do it. Like, let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Let me see. The next thing we had is the SEC commissioner. I had a clip for that. Talking about the XRP ETF approval, because I know everyone's waiting on the spot ETFs. So let me go ahead
into an ETF. So some investors are frustrated, but talk about some ETF offerings now. So the SEC recently postponed a few ETF offerings, including Litecoin, XRP.
This is the SEC commissioner that's talking, by the way.
And I think as of last night, Bitwise's attempt to convert its crypto index into an ETF. So some investors are frustrated by this delay. Can you just walk us through the decision-making process here?
Well, so I did warn people at the outset of this crypto task force project that people would be frustrated. And this is definitely manifesting itself this week. I've heard a lot of complaints. And I think the point to remember is that there are a lot of we're a bureaucracy at the SEC, right? There are a lot of rules that have to be adhered to, and their processes. And so we're working through, we've gotten a lot of applications on the ETP side, on the exchange traded product side. And so we're working through those, but we have to do that in a way that will definitely frustrate people.
But just to be clear, you're not ruling out these listings, right?
No, I think we're not ruling out the listings, and even when you see delays, you shouldn't assume that that's ruling it out.
Okay.
That's they're just.
I think there will be a day when you won't be able to get XR.
He said a day you won't even be able to get it.
Yeah, that day is coming soon. But yeah, so that's pretty much the update on the spot ETFs. That was Hester Pierce and the SEC commissioner that was speaking in that interview right there. So they're frustrated with the process as well, pretty much what I'm gathering. That's why they came out with that automated process so that they can just let the system do it. I like that way better, because this process they got right here is slow as hell and about dumb. So so yeah, we'll see what happens with the spot ETFs. They'll get them done before the October deadline. I think they will, or I think it'll be around that time frame, maybe September-ish. We'll see. But we got a lot to get done this week. I just want to kind of focus on regulations. Can we get regulations passed, and can we get the Ripple and the SEC case dropped and sealed? Can we get that done? And then we can talk about spot ETFs. But that was, let me see. I know we got some articles, but that was what I had for that. Let me see. Coinbase. You want to go over this article right here, D?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Coinbase article real quick.
So Coinbase's $100 billion milestone sparks $1 trillion company speculation, right? And if Nvidia could reach 4 trillion, I'm pretty sure Coinbase could reach 1 trillion. I'm just saying, right? So Coinbase has crossed a significant milestone, reaching a market cap of over 100 billion amid renewed momentum across the crypto sector. This is major, fam. So according to Google finance data, shares of Coinbase reached a new all-time high of $398.50 during trading hours yesterday. However, the stock's value ended the day around $394, reflecting a 2% increase during the period. So, considering this performance, the co-owner of crypto media outlet Milk Road, Kyle Redhead, suggested that Coinbase could grow into a $1 trillion company. A $1 trillion company. He likened Coinbase's trajectory to the rise of Amazon in retail and Netflix in entertainment, adding that the U.S.-based crypto exchange is positioning itself as a pillar, right, in upgrading the current financial system. Redhead noted that the positioning could help Brian Armstrong-led firm overtake traditional banking giants like J.P. Morgan as crypto infrastructure becomes more integrated with mainstream finance. Yes, Coinbase is a bank, pretty much, right? Coinbase, Uphold, they're all going to become legitimized banks, through regulation and all these things that is pushing through right now. So the Coinbase surge is in part due to improving macro conditions for the crypto industry, rising digital asset prices, and the company's expanding role in merging traditional finance with emerging industry, right? So its inclusion in the S&P 500 index earlier this year, because remember, it's a part of the S&P now, signaled the growing confidence in the exchange's fundamentals and profitability. The move also is expected to increase institutional ownership as index funds adjust their portfolios. And then the coin stock rallied, also coincided with rising crypto prices. So, crypto was going up. Bitcoin went up to 120K, over 120K. So, it coincided with Coinbase's shares going up. Mm-hmm. Despite the positive overlook, some analysts believe that Coinbase valuation may be inflated. Analysts at 10x Research have warned that Coinbase might be overvalued, particularly as institutional. Huh?
You said bullshit. Bullshit. They're jealous. They're mad. I'm sorry.
I mean, it got to be some type of contrarian, right? It got to be some type of opposing view, right? Mm-hmm. Particularly as institutional investors prefer large cap Bitcoin miners as proxies for their top crypto assets. According to the firm, Coinbase is still trading at a premium relative to Bitcoin, despite both assets experiencing gains. And then they said that Coinbase remains overvalued relative to Bitcoin, though have both gained. Only a few assets, including Circle and Robinhood, show stronger momentum than Bitcoin. Notably, H.W. Wainwright recently downgraded Coinbase from buy to sell, citing its 150% rally over the past quarter, a price to earnings ratio that may not affect underlying fundamentals. Reflect underlying fundamentals. So basically, I feel that Coinbase is going to be definitely a $1 trillion company. Definitely. I mean, because
it's inevitable.
They're the biggest crypto exchange in America, for one. Two, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got their own wallet. Base is a whole nother situation.
Like the bullshit, D. They got BlackRock money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if it ain't Coinbase, if it ain't Ripple, if it ain't Circle, Robinhood, or BlackRock, like, fam, what are we talking about? So that's all, bullshit, like you said. So
yeah, I mean, Coinbase is one of them ones, gang. We're not even gonna sit here and pretend that they're not. So Absolutely. Now we got Ripple. The Ripple update. Ripple expands RLUSD globally. As U.S. Fed wire shift and EU MiCA compliance align. So Ripple is basically applying to be MiCA compliant now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just. Oh, you want to go over this one?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So
Aqua said metal ecosystem is up right now.
Oh yeah. I think I did see that. Yep.
Okay. Yep. All right, go ahead. We helping push that shit. Marshall Hayner owe me a marketing check. Me and you.
Oh yeah. That's a fact.
A lot of people like shout out to DeFi King, Aqua, but we not many platforms is pushing that metal shit. I don't know too many. Send them my way so I can see what they're talking about. But I don't know too many people talking about metal. But go ahead.
So Ripple is executing a sophisticated multi-front global strategy yielding significantly results and positioning the company for major infrastructure and market share gains. So two critical developments across both of the Atlantic have powerfully demonstrated long-term strategic planning. So in the United States, the Federal Reserve of the ISO 222 messaging standard has validated Ripple's multi-year investment in compliance and integration. Simultaneously, the company is reportedly making a decisive MiCA-compliant push to the EU market with RLUSD stablecoin, establishing a strategic hub in Luxembourg. Right, this move paints a picture of a company decisively moving beyond its past legal challenges into a new phase of global execution. Oof. On the U.S. front, the long-awaited transition from Fedwire Fund Services to the ISO 222 global messaging standard officially took place yesterday, July 14th. The upgrade is a monumental shift for the U.S. financial system, right, as it standardizes the data structure for trillions of dollars daily interbank transfers, enabling richer data, fewer errors, and improved efficiency for cross-border payments, man. Payments from here to there. Ripple anticipated this shift becoming the first blockchain-focused company to join the ISO 222 standards body back in 2020. As a result, its global payment platform, RippleNet, is already fully compliant with the new standard, positioning Ripple as a prime technology partner for financial institutions seeking to leverage blockchain-based settlement within the newly upgraded Fedwire system. For instance, institutions using Volante Technologies, remember Volante Technologies, with cloud-based Fedwire service as a service, right? Can now select XRP as a settlement mechanism. So they can use XRP now as a settlement mechanism, creating a direct pathway for institutional adoption. The market has taken notice of this strategic victory, with the news coinciding with price surge past the $3 threshold, which happened yesterday. I think what is XRP at now?
It's like
280.
It's like 280 something. 280, 290.
Oh, okay, so it's around 282.90. So it's not too far from that $3 threshold, and a notable increase in accumulation by whale wallets. This price has since retracted to $2.82 as Bitcoin pulled back yesterday from its price discovery. Simultaneously, on the European front, Ripple is laying the groundwork to capture the stablecoin market under the EU's comprehensive MiCA regulations. Right, Ledger Insights broke that the company plans to launch its RLUSD stablecoin across Europe by establishing a licensed electronic money institution, the EMI in Luxembourg, right? And then securing stablecoin licenses for RLUSD. Securing the EMI license in one member state grants passporting rights to operate across all 30 European Economic Area countries, making it a highly efficient strategy for continental expansion. So they want to expand, right? And in April, so back in April, the company incorporated Ripple Payments, Europe SA in Luxembourg, signaling its concrete commitment to its path. So, fam, like they've been in the mix of this stuff for a while, fam. And you already know, and they talk about BNY Mellon being one of the oldest banks, being ingratiated with Ripple. They're already tapped in and everything like that. And Coinbase recently secured a license. So this stuff is a go, fam. And then it just talks about how by setting up a location with a high concentration of banking partners, Ripple can now more easily manage these complex diversification rules. So this move also helps Ripple expand and the existing presence in the country, right? Which includes research partnerships on micropayments with the University of Luxembourg dating back to 2019. So even before they closed outside, they was putting this stuff in place, fam.
Yeah, they've been preparing for this moment the whole time. You don't even really gotta know. It just goes into the Genius Act and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, they've been preparing this whole time. Ripple's been moving like they ain't have a whole lawsuit with the SEC hanging over them because they already knew the end game. All this stuff was planned. So I'm not shocked at all that they're trying to get a MiCA compliance. Trying to be MiCA compliant. So not surprised whatsoever. This just shows you, it should just give you more comfort and I guess what y'all need, reassurance in your investment here that Ripple is here for the long haul. They this all this shit, they just sitting here telling you, yeah, we have everything in place. So when it's time to go boom, we're going boom. So this is gonna be huge. We got to get these crypto bills passed, and we need the SEC to drop this lawsuit. So that's what we're gonna see if they're gonna get that done this week. We're gonna see how historic this week really is, other than ISO going live yesterday. We'll see how historic this week actually really gonna be by Friday. So we'll see. But yeah, other than that, that was really all we had. We may have more updates later. I do gotta hop off because I gotta run. But yeah, that's all we have for right now, y'all. Other than that, make sure y'all for those that want to learn to trade, Coop and D is doing that boot camp. The link for that's in the bio. Use Block Nation to get half off. For those that's trying to learn DeFi, trying to figure out which protocols and stuff to get in, we did a whole class showing a protocol and showing a play. That digital banking class is also in the bio. So if you try step-by-step instructions, it's a whole PowerPoint presentation with step-by-step instructions, also showing you. We go through the whole motion on there. So that class was phenomenal. Make sure y'all get that digital banking class if you're trying to learn DeFi, at least trying to get into some protocols. Wealth 28 Club, link for that's in the bio for you to take the course on DeFi, because a lot of y'all need to do that and not just be hopping in protocols. So I definitely still say get in the Wealth 28 Club. Other than that, y'all, yeah, when we get some news, we'll be back on. But yeah, we doing our best to try and keep up with the update. So as of right now, that market structure bill is going to the House floor for debate. That got passed this morning. They snuck that one in. I wasn't expecting to see that this morning unless I missed it. But yeah, they snuck that one in there on us this morning. So now we're going to the House floor for that vote. And it looks like, once that happens, then they on to the Senate. And then we got the Genius Act that they supposed to vote on that to get that to Trump desk. So hopefully we can get both of them bills on his desk by Friday, or at least get the Genius Act. We're going to see. Other than that, we'll see y'all next time we got some updates.
Absolutely.